Hey, it's me, Mariah. Great news. You guys have probably never talked about this before or thought about it at all, but today we're going to talk a little bit about passion, which is sometimes a little bit tied to, sex. So here's the deal. I really kind of thought that it was just going to be me and Jesus for a long time. We talked about that before, went through heartbreak, was a single mom, was like, it's me and Jesus. That's what I'm passionate about. But I wasn't really passionate. I read this verse in Luke 10:27, and it says this: love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength and with all your mind. And I would totally say that, I love the Lord my God with all my heart, all my soul, all my mind. But the thing about passion is it makes your soul bigger, it makes your mind bigger, it makes your heart bigger. And I know that from personal experience at Green Lake. So if you've ever been to Washington, there's a place called Green Lake. I'm just going to tell it to you straight. It was the first day I saw my husband, now my husband, not then my husband. We were longboarding and he took his shirt off. I'm just saying, it was good, right? So my heart got a little bigger, my passion got a little bigger, my love got a little bigger. All of a sudden I was like, you know what, Lord? I think I would like to get married one day because my passion grew. And right now passion is associated with bad stuff. But that verse talks about God wanting our passion for him to grow like that. And so what passion does is it makes us willing to risk a little. It makes us willing to be cared for a little or to care a little more for. And so Matt is my husband, and my passion for him physically, emotionally, spiritually, I wanted to know more about him. I wanted to see more of him. I wanted to spend more time with him. All of a sudden I was like, wow, I have a lot more in me that I can care with and care about with. And then that began to get me thinking, do I care that much about God? Because God cares that much about us. You've heard that phrase before, people are like, if God had a fridge, your picture would be on it. And if Jesus had a wallet, he'd open it up to your photo. And all of those things are cheesy. But the Bible talks about him knowing the number of hairs on our head. And I can tell you where there's a little freckle on each of my boys. I can tell you the things that I love most about Matt. I can tell you the things that they do that make me laugh and make me smile because I love them. I am so passionate about my family, and it is small. And for those of us that haven't grown up in a family that's passionate about us, it's hard to imagine what it would be like that God thinks about us all the time, loves us all the time. His thoughts are consumed with us. And until we love like he loves, we have no point of reference. But I'm telling you right now, the greatest thing you love in your life, whether it's stuff or an activity or an action or a substance or another person or a sport, that pales in comparison to the greatness of God's love for us. He wants us to love him the way he loves us, or at least try, right? So think of the depth of the ocean. That's an example of God's love for us. The sand on the seashore. The Bible says that greater are his thoughts of us than all the sands on the seashore. Next time you're on the beach, this is your homework. I want you to grab a handful of sand or go to the store and buy a bag of sand. I want you to try to count the grains of sand. You can't. Just like you can't count God's thoughts of you. And here's the other thing. They're thoughts of his love for you. Not his condemnation, not he wishes you would. Thoughts of, man, I love that. I love his smile. I love how that guy laughs. I love when he lights up. There's a reason he makes the sun shine on you, because I believe it's like a giant spotlight where he's like, I want to see my boy, right like that. So God's passionate about you, and I know we're passionate about things, but my hope and my prayer is that we both would be more passionate about God.